What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Fantasy Goods. Today we got a new segment for you, and it's called Pump Up the Volume. We're going to give you a couple players, and we're going to give you reasons why they have to pump up that player's volume. Josh, do you want to give us the first player that we think that they need to pump up their volume?
Yeah, I'm going to give you my guy right here. Chase Claypool is my man out of Notre Dame. Look, they need to pump this kid's volume up. He had a monster week 6. Put up 42 fantasy points, caught 7 of 11 targets, 3 receiving touchdowns, 110 receiving yards, and even ran one in for a touchdown. See, this is what you do when you give this kid volume. Remember when he had a little bit of a buzz back in week 3 when he caught 3 for 3 for 88 and a touchdown and put up 17 fantasy points? Yeah, well, this is what you do when you pump this kid's volume up. A 42-point fantasy game, guys. You need to keep this guy getting more volume and pump up his volume.
So my next guy I'm going to talk about is Robert Tonyan. He is averaging 4.5 targets a game, okay? He has 5 touchdowns in the season right now. Even with Devontae Adams coming back, he's still going to get those targets. And right now, he's the 5th best tight end in fantasy. This Green Bay Packers team needs to pump up the volume. Pump up the volume, pump up the volume, dance, dance. And if you don't have him, get him.
I'm going to go into it. I was a fan of this man. Thanks to you last season, Devin Singletary on the Bills. This past week, week 5, he did not do much at all. We got 4.3 and full point PPR points from this guy. 11 rushes for 25 yards, 1 reception, 1 target for 1 reception with 8 yards. It was a blunder for him this week. He's been relatively consistent. This man is a passing back. They need to start throwing the ball to this man more. Not so much on the ground. Like, this man, he does his work in the air, I feel, as the running back there. Josh Allen threw 2 picks this week, which took a lot of targets and carries away from him. So that was a nice factor into this. The first 4 weeks of the season, he's been pretty consistent. He's caught like 90% of his receptions thrown to him. So I feel like they need to pump up this man's volume. Throw the man the ball.
All right, guys, I'm going to give you another one here. Another rookie wide receiver, Henry Ruggs III. Had another guy with a monster week 6. Caught 2 of his 3 targets for 118 yards and a touchdown. He had a good week 1. Caught 3 of 5 targets for 55 yards. But look what he does with the minimal volume he gets. 2 for 3. He put up good points. He put up 19 points. You need to pump this guy's volume up. All right? Look, this guy was the first wide receiver taken off the board. 6 foot, 190 pounds. Ran a 4.2 40. Broke a record with a 42-inch vertical at the combine. Pump this man's volume up.
Pump it up! All right, my next guy I'm going to talk about is Chase Edmonds. Okay, on the Arizona Cardinals, he has been stepping it up because Kenyon Drake is not doing nothing. Where is he? I have no idea because the last 2 games, Chase Edmonds was the lead back. Okay? 2 weeks ago when he took the start, he had 7 attempts for 52 yards and a touchdown on the ground. But in the air, 11 receptions for 80 yards and a touchdown. Okay? They need to pump this man's volume. Pump that volume up. Okay? He is going to be vital in fantasy, and he's definitely going to overtake Drake. Okay? I see Chase Edmonds. If they pump up this man's volume, he's going to be a solid RB2 in fantasy.
And I want to go into Myles Gaskins on the Fish. This man has been doing nice this season so far. He's put the other 2 backs on that team to shame when it comes to touching the ball. Howard? Forget about Howard. I don't even know why they're still rostering this guy. He's been consistently out-touching Breida substantially. Last week, he put up over 20 points in full-point PPR. He had 16 rushes for 57 yards and a touchdown, 5 targets, 5 receptions for 34 yards. He out-touched Breida 21-10. Next week, he's versing the Jets. This man's volume needs to get pumped up. I see 2 touchdowns from him next week.
So guys, that's going to wrap it up for Pump Up the Volume. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you comment. If you don't like what we're doing, leave a comment anyway. If you do like it, give it a thumbs up, share it, and comment. And I'm sure we'll get back to you ASAP. We are here for you. We're here for the fantasy community. Fantasy Goods is here to stay. I'm Ben Barcelona. That's Josh Lipinski. That's Adam Novies. We are the Fantasy Goods, and we got the goods.